in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Superman.
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 Superman. Superman.
Superman. Superman.
You wanted to see me?
There have been a lot of cynical heroes and a lot of angst-ridden heroes. With Superman, you get sort of a light at the end of the tunnel. He's a noble character and he's idealistic. He's powerful and he knows it. Superman has had a very diverse history. He has been used as propaganda material. He's been in good movies, he's been in bad movies. He's been in good television, he's been in bad television. But through all of that, the character of Superman has always suited the times. I first became aware of Superman watching the George Reeves television series when I was a kid. I loved it. He could knock over a wall, or pick up a car, do these different things. So you can imagine yourself doing these things. George Reeves would run up and bounce out the window, and I would try to mimic that. I mean, who didn't?
Superman! Am I glad to see you?
Golly, Superman, you could have come in through the door.
Well, this seemed a little more spectacular.
George made the entrance as he did because he fell once on wires in one of the very first shows. They were flying him in like Peter Pan, and the wire broke, and he fell. He said, "That's it." He said, "Peter Pan flies. My Superman doesn't fly on wires."
I hate to be a demanding woman, darling, but could you get me some Edelweiss? You know what it is?
Of course. It's a little flower that grows in Switzerland. I shan't be gone long. Forgive me?
Good evening, Miss Lane.
Hi.
The first Richard Donner film spoke to me a lot because Christopher Reeve brought that character to life. I believed the man could fly.
Easy, miss. I've got you.
You've got me. Who's got you?
Flying certainly wasn't romantic to do it because you're hanging 50 feet up from a soundstage in an extremely uncomfortable leather harness that's cutting into your armpits and your everything else. Filming that sequence was just anything but romantic.
Well, I certainly hope this little incident hasn't put you off flying, miss.
Chris was on this earth for a lot of reasons. He wasn't here just to be an actor. He was Superman.
Lois?
Being a reporter, you should try it sometime.
Lois and Clark, how do you show Superman doing all these incredible things on a TV budget in the 90s? You make it a little more domestic and you make it charming. Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher had enormous charm.
For me, it was a fantastic experience to step into that role, to start my career. But there were a lot of battles to fight along the way. And Lois found out that Superman and Clark Kent were the same person. They fell in love. They got married.
I love you, Clark.
I love you, Lois.
People thought great. Ratings were great and high, and then they said, well, now what do we do? I wanted us to push it to the next level and let them have children and just get crazy and explore new territory.
What's happening, Jonathan?
Smallville tells a very specific story. It's the story of young Clark Kent growing up on the farm.
In Smallville, Superman doesn't exist. It's the whole idea of the show is how is he going to live in the world? What is he going to be? Will he have to keep this secret forever?
Your real parents weren't exactly from around here.
Where are they from?
Clark, you've been gone a long time. But not even you can stop the world from spinning.
With Superman Returns, I wanted to respect the fact that Richard Donner's film is a classic. So I would then tell a return story. He's been gone, and then he comes back, and the world's moved on, and he has to sort of reclaim his place in the world.
Clark has been doing a little soul-searching for the last couple of years.
Must be tough coming back.
Superman has to feel, look, and sound as though he's stepped out of our collective consciousness of who that character is. And Brandon Routh, for me, embodied all the aspects of that character. He's Clark Kent on the farm, Clark Kent in the newsroom, the bumbling Clark.
So you've met the Munchkin?
Well, it's great to finally meet you. I've heard so much.
And then finally Kal-El, the last son of Krypton, with all the majesty and honesty and virtue that you expect from Superman. Brandon has those qualities rather inherently.
Well, there are a lot of different feelings that I had in wearing the suit. Some days I enjoyed it, some days I really wanted to be back in a three-piece suit and be Clark.
Hey, can I ask you something? Have you ever been in love? Sounds cheesy, I know.
The struggle with Superman is he wants to have that semblance of real life and of having Lois Lane, of having a family, all those things.
Even though you've been raised as a human being, you are not one of them. They can be a great people, Kal-El. They wish to be. They only lack the light to show the way.
Superman is the ultimate immigrant. He represents how you can come from a completely alien world, be raised in a bucolic environment by good people with American ideals, and then put them to good use.
I do think that Superman is seen by other countries in the world as quintessentially American.
Take him away.
Superman is universal. There's a country in the world you can't go to that they don't know Superman.
I think most people do believe in that kind of integrity and virtue. They want to see goodness. People have a deep need to believe that it exists out there.